Good morning or good afternoon or whatever time it is, day it is, wherever you are. Welcome to today's Crypto Blast with myself and Cam from Institutional Fi. Think of it as a crypto update on news, flows, etc., but with a institutional bent, no meme coin waffle, no grifting, etc., etc. Before we crack on, I get the legals out of the way. Nothing we say on these shows, trading or investment advice, nothing's an endorsement. We will be very, very clear if someone is endorsing us, and we are open to offers. I'll be honest with you, because at the moment it's done completely from the good natured of myself and Cam. Speaking of Cam, how are you, my dear friend?
Doing very well, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, there was a bated pause there. It was almost like you were considering whether or not you are doing okay.
I was just trying to figure out if institutional bent was a good or bad thing.
Yeah, when I said the word bent, I did think, oh, what have I done? So I was hoping we could move swiftly on and ignore what I said. But obviously not. Thanks, mate. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, what's been occurring in crypto markets since we last spoke on Monday?
Oh yeah, well let's jump straight into that, shall we? Anyway. I tell you what, for kind of paint the backdrop for those listening in, it's quite a dreary day here in the UK. However, the markets have been jam-packed with a lot of news. It's a very, very busy week, so I've not had too much time to look outside and smell that there's not any roses sitting around, but you know what I mean. So not to worry anyway. So here we go. So start jumping off with just a market sector update. It's obviously widely expected that the Fed will cut rates today. Today's meeting
I think widely expected. I think if they did anything other than cut 25, the world will collapse.
Exactly. The CME FedWatch tool was showing 99.9% probability of a 25 basis point rate cut. So there we go. I suppose the focus then will be on the balance sheet and the future of quantitative tightening. So there we go.
Indeed.
So Bitcoin, it's been rather choppy, trading within a 3% range so far this week. On Monday, we said that the resistance, as far as I saw it, was at around $116,920, and that stands true with the price failing to close above the CME futures gap printed on the 10th of October. As we get closer to the end of the day, I would expect to see some sort of direction form as we head to close out the month. Bitcoin currently priced in at $113,720. An interesting note from Glassnode on Bitcoin, the bounce from $107,000 coincided with the US spot ETF net inflows turning positive. However, inflows remain below 1,000 BTC a day, significantly lower than the 2,500 BTC a day seen at the start of major rallies this year. Demand is recovering, but not at the same intensity as recent rallies. So an interesting point covered there by Glassnode. Jumping over to Ethereum, ETH is very much on a similar trade front as it failed to close above its resistance on Monday at $4,256 and lost support on Tuesday at $4,159. ETH is currently trading at the $4,000 mark, likely with traders in anticipation of where the next move is heading. On October 28th, Bitcoin spot ETFs recorded a total net inflow of $202 million, marking its fourth consecutive day of inflows. Ethereum spot ETFs saw a net inflow of $246 million, with Fidelity's FETH leading in net inflows with $99 million on the day. A look down the altcoin sector, BNB trading at $1,114, XRP up slightly since Monday at $2.65, and Solana at $196, down $4 since Monday's crypto spaces. But there has been a lot of news with Solana over the last 24 hours, and we're about to jump into that.
Good. Let's get cracking.
So according to K33 Research, Bitcoin ETFs recorded a total of $26.9 billion in net inflows this year, with BlackRock's IBIT accounting for $28.1 billion. So excluding BlackRock, Bitcoin ETF flows would be negative. K33 noted that while competitors may gain an edge as BlackRock stays out of the altcoin ETF wave, overall inflows could be limited at this time, which is an interesting concept to think about in terms of, because we're starting to see a lot of altcoin ETFs pop up over the last couple of weeks, and the fact that BlackRock haven't got involved in the altcoin ETF stage as just yet. Taking a look at those flows in comparison, well, if BlackRock decide actually no, we're going to target some altcoins here, well then we could expect to see something similar with what happened to BTC. We left the show on Monday with the fact that IBM has announced the launch of its enterprise crypto services platform, Digital Asset Haven, set to go live by the end of 2025. The platform, built on technology from French wallet infrastructure firm DFNS, will cover custody, payment services for institutional clients, especially banks, and support integration with over 40 public and private blockchains. Citigroup has also partnered with Coinbase to explore stablecoin-based cross-border payments for corporate clients. The initiative aims to simplify crypto fiat conversions and enable faster settlements. Citi is considering launching on-chain stablecoin payments in the coming months to meet institutional demand for programmable and 24/7 transactions. More news from Coinbase. Coinbase Asset Management and Apollo have announced a strategic partnership to develop stablecoin-based credit investment strategies, with product launches expected in 2026. The initiative will focus on 3 core areas: over-collateralized lending against digital assets, direct lending to stablecoin issuers and payment platforms, and tokenized credit structures. Jumping over to our friends over at Bitwise, Bitwise have launched the first spot Solana staking ETF, ticker BSOL. This began trading live yesterday. The fund is the first US exchange traded product to hold and stake 100% of its assets in spot Solana. BSOL is designed to allocate assets to on-chain staking, with Solana's current average annual staking yield estimated at approximately 7%. They have also brought their fees down for this product to 0 for a limited time. And how successful was this product at launch? Well, Bitwise Solana staking ETF recorded $69 million in trading volume on its first day, the highest among all newly launched ETFs this year. So did very well and hit $69 million trading volume for the culture. Jumping back to a bit more high level, S&P Global Ratings assigned a B- issuer credit rating with a stable outlook to Strategy Incorporated, formerly MicroStrategy.
I think they've done this because they needed to, because everyone was up in arms why they didn't include them in the rebalancing of the S&P 500 recently. So obviously they're providing their reason here very blatantly and saying, look, at the moment it just doesn't have the credit rating.
Yeah, no, exactly that. There was a lot of uproar on social media, and we know that kind of runs narratives these days. Mm-hmm. So they said that the rating reflects the company's highly concentrated Bitcoin strategy, limited US dollar liquidity, and a weak risk asset adjusted capitalization, partially offset by its strong access to capital markets and prudent management of debt maturities. So that is why a B-. Jumping over to some DATCOs, ETHZilla announced a $40 million share repurchase as its stock trades well below its net asset value. Since October 24th, the company has bought back approximately 600,000 shares for $12 million under its $250 million buyback authorization. The CEO went on to say that the repurchases are being funded using the company's balance sheet, including proceeds from ETH sales. According to data from Artemis, on-chain perpetual protocol Lighter has recorded a higher daily trading volume than Asta and Hyperliquid over the past couple of days, though its open interest remains lower than the two. As of October 26th, Lighter's open interest stood at $1.7 billion, while its daily trading volume reached 8.9. Circle, the issuer of USDC, announced the public testnet launch of its payment. Sorry, I just got a call. There we go. Did that interrupt the spaces? The podcast? Okay, interesting. That's great.
Just this nice time to remind people that these are recorded live, so stuff like this happens. Also, if people accidentally swear with like shit, fuck, or bugger. But
there is that as well. It's nice. I could, if I know that in future, we can just swiftly move past that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Circle, the issuer of USDC, announced the public testnet launch of its payments-focused blockchain Arc, with participants including BlackRock, Visa, HSBC, AWS, and Anthropic. Arc aims to bring real-world finance activities on-chain, featuring USD-based fees, sub-second settlements, and optional privacy controls. Circle said that it plans to gradually decentralize Arc, operating validator participation and governance in the future. But with this conversation about, settlement times, the fact that they're bringing a product to market that doesn't bring it to within a day or within an hour, they're now targeting sub-second settlements, and that is something that is available and in a testnet. According to Bloomberg, Trump Media and Technology Group plans to launch a prediction market platform, Truth Predict, allowing users on Truth Social to bet on events like political elections and inflation. Trades will be executed via Crypto.com's North American derivatives platform. After full testing, Truth Predict will launch in the US with plans to expand globally and include markets such as commodities and major sports league betting. So an interesting, they're slowly turning Truth Social into the everything app, which is what Elon Musk was trying to do with it.
Yeah.
But they seem to have a leg up in getting these things pushed through pretty quickly. A Beijing court in China sentenced 5 individuals to prison terms ranging from around 2 to 4 years for converting client-transferred RMB into USDT and transferring it across borders, effectively engaging in disguised foreign exchange transactions, including over $166 million. More news over in Asia. So Aptos Labs and BCG released a report showing that about 61% of retail investors in Hong Kong and mainland China plan to double their investments in tokenized funds. Active traders, high net worth individuals, long-term investors and mainland investors expect to increase allocations to 16 to 26%. The report also covered the phase 2 pilot of the HKMA and EKHD.
Easy for you to say.
I know, easy for me to say, with Hang Seng Bank confirming instant and compliant settlement of tokenized funds using digital currencies. Securitize has now plans to go public via a SPAC merge with Cantor Fitzgerald and CEPT, expecting to raise up to $469 million in gross proceeds. The deal includes a $225 million pipe from the new and existing institutional investors and $244 million in CEPT's trust account, assuming no redemptions. As the only full-stack tokenization platform fully registered with the SEC, Securitize reports over $4.5 billion in tokenized assets. That is a 20% of the market share. And following an official announcement from Solana and Western Union plans to launch USDPT, a dollar-backed stablecoin on the Solana blockchain, in the first half of next year. Issued by Anchorage Digital Bank, it will be initially available through partner exchanges. The company also plans to enable crypto to cash conversions for non-customers via a wallet network and to its 400,000 retail locations. That, in terms of, we keep mentioning lowering the barrier to entry, and every single time we do one of these podcasts, it seems like there is just another step that has been made to lower this barrier.
Exactly that, my friend, exactly that.
The Australian Securities Investment Commission published a revised version of Info Sheet 225, expanding how existing financial services laws apply to crypto businesses as the government prepares sweeping new legislation. The regulator reiterated that many digital assets, including yield-bearing tokens, staking programs, and asset-referenced stablecoins, will likely require an Australian financial services license under the current law. And lastly, for me, Ethernorth Holdings, an XRP treasury firm backed by Ripple, has announced approximately $389 million valued, 300 million XRP valued at $1 billion at current prices, making it one of the largest holdings of the token. So there we go, more news on the Ripple digital asset treasury firm there.
Nice one. Well, Cam, thank you so much for that very concise, rapid update as we like. Remind me, Cam, you are also, like, the text version of this goes out on your Substack. Is that correct?
Yes, and it will be going out in about 15 minutes.
Perfect. So what we'll do as well, we'll pin that up as well on the socials, etc., etc. And we'll just get in the habit of putting that out there to get as much people going your way as possible. And as a reminder, if you have an interest in Bitcoin and, well, crypto in general, but more, the anti-grift side of the equation, definitely follow Cam on the socials. Definitely subscribe to Institutional Fi, the Substack. Yeah, it's crypto for grown-ups, basically, which, unfortunately, like it or not, but that's where all the money is. So, more power to us and more power to Cam. But listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Cam, thank you so much as always. Whatever you're doing today, keep it tight, stay safe, and we'll be back with Cam on Friday for the next update. Much love.